In the last City Skyline experimental video, we turned poop water into clean drinking water. Now that experiment kind of sparked a little bit of an idea in my head. Because of how fast the poop flowing water was. I've kind of done this experiment before, trying to turn poop water into power, and it didn't quite go very well. But with what happened last experiment, it kind of sparked this new idea that I can improve on what I did before. So guys, without further ado, welcome back to another pointless City Skyline experimental video, where today we're going to be turning poop water into power. Yes guys, we're going to turn it into power. Now this is version 2 of this experiment, and hopefully this one goes a lot better than the last one I did. Which I'm sure it will. Guys, we're doing another poop experiment. 2 poop experiments in a row? Staniak, what are you doing? You're blessed by the gods to create this content. Oh my god, I don't even know what's going on anymore. I don't even know. But guys, if you do enjoy this experimental video and want to see more of the channel, then please make sure you smash that like button down below. And if you're new around here, make sure you subscribe so you're notified when that next experiment comes out. And guess what, guys? The next one could be poop too. You just never know. So I want to kind of build something similar to what we did in the last experiment. If you don't exactly know what I did last experiment, highly recommend going check it out. It was a great experimental video. But I created a really long rectangle stream, filled a load of it with sewers, dumped a load of poop in there, and let it flow out to the edge of the map. And the water flow was quite fast, which is why it's kind of sparked my idea to do it with a big dam. And let the poop water flow through. I did it in the past before, but I didn't have the water flowing as fast because I didn't quite create a good little setup. But we're going to try it today and see what happens. So we're going to create a big brush size to begin with. And the height terrain is 60. So if I take it straight up, and you know what, we'll go a little bit bigger than usual? You know what, no, I'm going to keep it to 150. There we go. It's still bigger than the last one. But we'll see how it goes anyway. And what I'll do is I'll create right now a little... Actually, we'll go a bit bigger than the brush size there. We'll create a long rectangle here. And this will be the very end of our stream. And if I then push it up that way, push it up this way, and hopefully we can allow it to then flow all the way to the edge of the map. So keep it going. And there'll be at a certain point where then we drop down the dam, and we're going to see how much power we can enhance from flowing poop water. We're going to create a dam. It's going to stop all the poops, all the floaters, the chocolatey goodness. Or actually, do you know what? I feel like we need to go a bit further more back. And hopefully we can harness this. I mean, technically, is this classed as green energy? Because it's all natural. You can't get anything more natural than a big floating poop. I don't know, guys. I don't know what you think in the comment section down below. But there we go. The nice long strip. I did it with like a flood wall, but I've learnt my lesson since then. And what we're going to do is, I think we'll start at the very bottom here. So if I set the terrain down to 0, I'll put it in pause for just a moment. And this is where the sea kind of creeps in. And the sea kind of gets to the point of 0. I believe it's 0, which is sea level. And then what I'll do there, I'll take a nice little chunk here. And I've got to create this dipping process. It's what creates the quick flowing water. And I do it to there. And is the water coming in? Yeah, the water's coming in. And it'll get to a point where it kind of stops. But the water flow's coming this way. We've got to turn it to go out that way, if that makes sense. So every so often, we'll pick up a little bit of a higher chunk of terrain and keep progressively making it larger and larger. There we go. And I'm going to see how far the water kind of creeps up, because I might need to make it even larger than what it is. We might have to do that, but we'll see how far it flows out anyway, and this will be quite interesting. So as I'm waiting right now, I've just kind of opened up my auto clicker software because I need to drop down as many sewage outlets as possible. That's kind of what I need to do. I might even need to go to the point where I need to make this a little bit longer just so I can get a longer range on the poop water to create a longer flow. It's what I might need to do, guys. Because the way I'm seeing this water coming in is kind of worrying me slightly. So let's continue this then a little bit further back. There we go. We're making it quite long right now. So all the way down to here. There we go. Bring that in. Nice. So then we'll flatten this out. There we go. And then we'll pick a little bit higher. Okay, we'll move this up slightly. 124. Up to there. There we go, there we go, there we go. And then we'll do a little bit higher again. Okay, we've got to be a little bit careful now because we get into the region where, you know, it's going to be too high, if that makes sense. Which I think it kind of is now, technically too high. So let me bring it back down to this level. And that should be okay-ish anyway. Right, so where's the water? And the water's stopping there, which is good. We just need to funnel it that we're pumping out so much sewage water that it literally is going to change the direction of the poop. The poop? The river flow. I got poop on the mind. So I'm going to create here then a little kind of indent in. There we go. And this is what the poop water is going to funnel to where we're going to build our dam. And hopefully pushes the water out. But first things first, we need to make sure that we change the direction of all of this. I'm going to widen this a little. Well, not widen it, sorry. Make it a little bit more narrow. So we're creating that little creek, which will be nice. And we'll see how this goes. So, let's get this all set up then. I'm gonna need... okay, so the easiest way to do it normally is if I drop... Where is it? A water source? We'll drop one there, bring it down to about there. And I'll do another one there, drop it down, do another one there, drop it down. Okay, we'll do 4 in total. And what that will allow us to do is to initiate the river flow, and then I'll start replacing it one by one with sewage outlets and poop water. Just so we can get this flowing in the right direction, just to make sure that, it does flow fast enough for us, and 2, it is going in the right direction, because I don't want it to start coming back, because then it just ruins the dam. Because dams normally work in fast-flowing water. So you can see right now, it's not quick enough, but when we place down like a gazillion sewage outlets, the amount of poop water it's pumping out should indirectly create a really, really fast flow. So let it continue. Water is pumping out right now, and it'll get to a point where it's doing pretty damn good. Excuse the puns. Excuse the puns, guys. So let's see how this then goes then. So again, do you know what I might do as well? Just slightly up these quite a bit. So technically the water should overflow, but I'm hoping the volume of it flowing down the river here that we've created just kind of pushes it in the right direction. We'll see. We'll see what happens. But this should be pretty fun. Now the water's been flowing for quite some time, and look at the strength in those arrows right now. That is quite promising. That really is quite promising right now. So all I'm going to do then is try and replace this clean, fresh drinking water with that delicious, chocolatey goodness right now. Whoa, this is going to be fun. So we'll get the smaller sewage outlet because you can fit more in a single area. And we'll start here. And I'm literally going to auto-click it and place as many as I can in these areas. Right, hold on, boys. Hold on. And then eventually we'll hook them all up with the pipes. So it might be a little bit too overkill this, so I'll only hook so many up at a time. rather than do it all at once, because that is a lot of sewage, isn't it? It is a lot of sewage pipes. So we'll drop down now a load of wind turbines, and that should be enough to power it all, which it is. I'm only producing, remember this right now, guys, remember this, 304 megawatts is what I am. Well, then again, I'd say we can click on the dam when it starts producing to see how much that actually starts kind of creating as well. So it's no biggie. It's no biggie. Right, with all them now placed, let's get rid of these water sources. So yeah, it's going to kill off the river, but when I start initially placing down all these water pipes, it's going to overflow and we're going to have problems anyway. So now I know how it flows down. If I can get the same type of level of sewage, the water that flows down is beautiful, mate. Absolutely beautiful. So I don't mind that it's going to die for just a split second. So let's get the water pipes back up again. And this is where the real fun now begins. So we'll do that side. And then we'll do some of this side as well. And we'll just do to there, and we'll see what we get out of this. So already you can see the chocolatey goodness, boys, coming in right now. Oh my goodness me. It's so brown. It's so brown right now. Who do you think you are? And we'll get some of this all hooked up at the back too, because we need a load of it pumping from the back to force the chocolatey goodness to flow down the river. So if I go just to there for now, and then we'll see what happens. We'll officially see what happens. So, to be honest with you, this might be enough the way it's kind of pumping it all out, but we'll just give it a few minutes to kind of slightly settle. But the fact that it's so filled up at the back right now is a good sign. It's a very good sign. We're just gonna give it time to flow in the right direction and understand where it needs to head. But even this right now, look at the flow. If I was to kind of build a dam straight across here, we'll produce 1,600 megawatts. If I did it here, 1,600. If I did it there, okay, that one slightly differs, but that is the big boy. It's slightly different right now because we are loosely losing the flow of the river, but it's going to be pretty cool. This is. It's going to be pretty cool. So the chocolatey goodness is still being pumped in. Let's now go a little bit overboard. And let's try and get as much as this now all in as possible. There we go. So that completes that side. And I might as well go the full distance right now. Oh dear God, I'm still auto-clicking like crazy. So I think that means now, technically, every single one of our sewage pipes is now producing sewage. It's kind of died off right now because our wind turbines are dead. They're not producing. But as they come back on, it will turn them all back on. And hopefully, with the flow, it will sort itself out so everything flows down river. If not, we'll just delete a couple. We'll delete a couple of sewage outlets. But we should be pumping in the right direction. We're now about to break the little section just here with sewage, which is good because this dry patch we've almost created right now should be filled up very soon. And I feel like we've got one too many sewage outlets, haven't we? Yeah. So if I delete up to there, goodbye. And I did the same up to here, goodbye. And hopefully that will kind of settle down in just a moment. Unless I just give it some time. I might have to give it some time to settle down until we can find that perfect balance. But you know what? The way it's going right now... Oh, I spoke too soon. It's overfilling again. It's overfilled. You damn fool! But we'll get there, guys. We will get there. The sewage is almost to the very end, and we're going to be pumping it out of the region into the bay. So apart from this little section here right now, it seems to be okay. It seems to be holding up pretty well. Now, when it comes to sewage treatment, we've got 11.7 million units, or that's our capacity, 11.7 million squared units, whatever the calculation is. But it seems to go pretty well, not overflowing anywhere else. It seems to be flowing through right now. We've got the general ripple waves coming back as it fights pushing out versus coming in. But I think we're ready to drop down a dam and to generate the ultimate amount of power from poo. Guys, if this is not renewable energy at its finest, I don't know what is. If this is not what you call green energy, I don't know what is. Or maybe we should call it brown energy. I mean, it does give it a whole new meaning, doesn't it? So let's get this down then. So I've got to find the best place for it. So that will give us 400. Straight across the middle will give us 1,200. Slightly in front of it will give us 1,600. Okay. I kind of want to get it as close to the middle as possible. 1,600. That is perfect. So as soon as I click and drop this down, we are going to have a huge pile up in poop, and it will overflow. It will overflow because that is exactly what a dam does. It overflows. But we are producing power. We are definitely producing power right now. So do I just let it do its thing? Because the way it's flowing through, it's going to really backlog up our river right now. But it seems to be going through. We're generating over 1,000 megawatts in power, which is absolutely ridiculous. It is absolutely ridiculous right now. And you can see the back wave going back. It's not overflowing at the minute, which is a good sign. But where's that predicted 1,600 it said I was going to have? I mean, I don't mind 1,000. I'll take it. I'll take 1,000 all day long. That's a lot of power. That is definitely a lot of power, boys. Now, should I continue a road? Should I get it a road going out of the region? Just for the fun of it? I'm seeing... Hold on. Just literally seeing... Bring that down there. Seeing vehicles go across it. It would be quite fun, wouldn't it? Right, let's just see vehicles go across it anyway. If they're able to manage it anyway. But yeah, the back wave is still going, but I think it might hold up. I think it low-key might hold up right now. Still producing over 1,000. There's now vehicles going across the big poop dam. And we are now, guys, creating brown power. So if I just created, I don't know, let's just do a small little village. I don't really care about it. So let's just make something completely random. Like that. We'll drop down some low density residential, do some low density commercial, we'll do a little bit of industry, and we'll set up, we'll add a few more poops to it all. So I'll get this connected real quick. Where is it? It's so far away. It is so far away. It does need fresh drinking water, so I'll drop that there. And in terms of power, I'll take it directly from the poop dam, and I'll also run the power lines directly up and drop that there, and then get rid, right, if I can do this correctly. Right, I think I just got rid of a couple of sewage outlets, which I suppose I don't mind, because we are now with the thing. I'll delete a couple anyway. And push that over. So these sewage pumps are now being powered by their own power that they're producing, if that makes sense. It's so weird, but yeah, it freaking works. That little small town there is being powered by poop in many different ways. For them to turn their light, that's hilarious. Hold on. For them to turn their lights on in their house, they need to drop a big doo-doo in the toilet. That's exactly how it works. Oh, that's hilarious, guys. That is literally freaking hilarious right now. But it works. It does its thing. We're now producing the ultimate amount of poop power. Look at that. We're closing in on 1,100. We were getting close there on a few of them. That's hilarious, guys. It is absolutely hilarious. But I think I'm going to end it for here anyway. We have made a ridiculous amount of poop power. If you did enjoy this experiment, let me know in the comment section down below. If you want to see more poop experiments, because I know you guys love them, again, smash that like button. Make sure you subscribe so you're notified when that next episode comes out. But if you ever implement a poop dam in your city, remember this video. Remember this. Make a screenshot. Send it to me on Twitter or my Discord. I want to check it out how you guys are implementing it into your real world games. But until next time, I'll see you all soon. So good.